Vietnam. So these are our personal preferences. Now we will move on to the Mar pageant fans predictions. Okay, so we have selected the top 16, so we'll go in the reverse order, and the delegate we chose to be on the 16th spot as a group is Netherlands. So Netherlands, she is a 25-year-old from Amsterdam, the capital of Netherlands, Ona Moody. So she is someone that we feel she was never on the list before, but looking at her preliminary performances, she did really, really well in both the swimsuit and the evening gown. Of course, the personal interview part of it will play an important role, but however, what they give for us, the public, to see, basis on what they give us, what they give the public to see, we are sure that Netherlands can easily climb up to the top 16. So we have her on our number 16 spot. And next in the 15th spot, we have she is Toshami Calvin from Jamaica. So Toshami from Jamaica, she is 26 years old. And yes, again, this is one this has been predicted by many pageant fans, and honestly, I did not see any speciality in her before, but after seeing her performance in the preliminary performance, I understand why she had proved to other pageant fans that she deserves to have a spot in the top 16. So I hope to see her in the top 16 now that I have her in my 15th spot. We have her in our 15th spot. And let's move on to the 14th. 14th, we have in the 14th spot, we have Panama. We have Panama in the 14th spot. So Panama, her name is Solaris Barba. She is 23 years old. And yes, again, we do not have her in her preliminary top 16. However, she had made it. This is a good performance that she had displayed on the preliminary night. All right. So the next person after Panama was 14th. And in the 13th spot, so one thing, the 13th spot we have, so I'll just show you, we have Vietnam. So initially, so the Miss Universe format is such a way is that they have top 16. However, the 16th spot would belong to the person who get the maximum votes on the Miss Universe website. So we can vote, or we have one free vote, and but if we have to vote, we can vote multiple times, but for that we need to pay to vote. So if we look at the past trends, Vietnam and Indonesia are really, really, really doing well in terms of votes. So so we know that either Vietnam or Indonesia will be in the top 16 because of the public votes. So we feel that Vietnam will make it to the top 16 basis the public votes. Indonesia can also make it, but then we feel that Vietnam would get that spot from the public. So we have put her in top 16, and basis the swimsuit competition, we feel that she is deserving of this 13th spot in the top 16 round. Yeah. So Vietnam, she is 28 years old, one of the oldest. I hope that's not offensive. That is one of the oldest contestants we have here. Ukraine, she's 29. That's the oldest contestants we have. Next it would be this Vietnam only, Nguyen Chau. Her name is Nguyen Chau. So she is in the 13th spot. And moving on to the 12th spot is none other than Aruba. So Aruba, she is predicted by many pageant fans already. Some huge pageant fans had even predicted her to be the winner of the Miss Universe 2022. But I feel like this 12th rank is for now the best for Aruba, because there are many strong candidates in the whole batch, or whole 84 contestants. There are so many strong candidates this year. So I feel like this 12th spot, Aruba. And the 12th spot is meant for Aruba. Kiara Aarons, 24-year-old from Aruba. Yeah. So she's in the 12th spot. And the 11th spot, the person who just missed the top 10 mark, according to our leaderboard this time, is this is a new pageant powerhouse. And many of them predicted her to be the winner. But we have kept her in the 11th spot. for some few reasons. Yeah, South Africa, they always send a very powerful candidate. They are good speakers. If you even look at her national pageant, like her answers and everything are like out of the world. They're so good. They're such a good speaker. However, look, I don't know. Somehow, South Africa has been her performance has been degrading after she reached New Orleans. That's how I feel personally, and I feel maybe because my other friends also felt the same. That's why she's not in the top 10. She's in the 11th spot. She what I feel about her, like in her preliminary performance, her facial expressions, we can see that she's not confident enough. Her eyes, the constant, the smiles, the facial expression didn't change, and like we can see she's nervous. She's not being herself in the preliminary, both in the swimsuit and evening gown, and also like she's losing the limelight from because of other stronger candidates. Yeah, so I personally want her to do better, and I want her to be in the top 10 also. But I just hope that if she makes it to top 16, her swimsuit performance be that strong that they cannot ignore her in the top 10. Yeah, for now that's the top 16. And now we'll move on to the top 10. All right, so in the top 10, in the 10th spot, we have 10th spot was for Irma Miranda. She's 26-year old and she is from Mexico. Let me see if I have her picture. Yeah, there she is, Mexico. Mexico has been doing really well. Like their latest win just before her NAS was in Miss Universe 2020. Yeah, when Miss Mexico won. Like she wasn't talked about by many fans earlier, but then she after reaching New Orleans, she started doing really well, and that's where she had made her mark, and she's now noticeable by being noticed by so many pageant fans, and they started keeping her in their favorite list, which is really good, and I'm so happy for her. Yeah, she's in our 10th spot. We want to see her in the top 10. Yeah, and next in the 9th spot is the new owner of the country from the country where the new owner of the Miss Universe is none other than Thailand. It's she's from Bangkok. 24 years old. Anna Swangamiam. I know for sure that would be a wrong pronunciation, but yeah. So Thailand is in our 9th spot. This is one of the best representative from Thailand in the recent year. After Thailand's non-placement in the latest edition, the 2021, they have been this time. It is. I'm more than 100% sure that she is going to make to the top semifinals. That's for sure. And swimsuit performance, if we look at her preliminary performances, if she's going to deliver a performance as strong as that, definitely she's going to make it to the top 10. And yeah, she is in our 9th spot right now. All right, so let's move on to the 8th spot. 8th spot, we have a powerhouse again, like old powerhouse, Dominican Republic. So Dominican Republic is Andrea Martinez, 25-year-old from Santiago, Dominican Republic. So she's in our 8th spot. And if we move on to the 7th spot, in our 7th place is someone who no pageant fans have ever discussed. I have not seen anyone discuss about her, and we have not noticed her until this morning in her preliminary performance. She is none other than Trinidad and Tobago. I don't have her picture. Sorry, I'll put it in YouTube when I re-upload this. Tia Jan Remy. She's 25 years old. I'm just gonna stop this first. Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago. If you look at her preliminary, go to Miss Universe 2022 and watch the preliminary performances of her swimsuit and evening gown. And I know for sure you'll see no reason why she wouldn't make it to the top, the semifinals. Top 10, and top 10, like some swimsuit performance was really strong, so she's surely going to make it to the top 10. That's what I feel. So, and one more thing, like if the one of the judges, see, every human, every human it can be biased, right? So like to add to why I feel so strongly that Trinidad Tobago is going to make it to top 10, one of the reasons is that one of the judges, 1998 Miss Universe, Wendy, is it? Yeah, she's from Trinidad and Tobago. She's one of the panel in one member in the panel, judging panel. So this might also play a factor, small, if not huge, was at least a small factor, so that she might make it to the top, what, like five, even five, maybe maybe also win. I don't mind if we see a new country, as in like after 20, how many years, 25 years, if we see a new winner from that country who had won 25 years ago, win again this time, I won't mind. Trinidad and Tobago take it out. So I'll be more than happy. So that's one thing that excited me. Like, yeah, it's really exciting when we see someone who we did not expect, we expect the least, finally climbing to the top of the leaderboards. I know for sure, like other pageant fans, bloggers who are going to place her after seeing her preliminary performance. They are surely going to place her in their final leaderboard. Mark my words. And now let's move on to the sixth spot. Oh, this is a heartbreak for me. Sixth spot is Celeste Cortes. Is from Philippines. It breaks my heart to say that she's in the sixth spot. She was the preliminary winner, leaderboard, first on our leaderboard, winner of Miss Universe for within our preliminary leaderboard. Yeah, it's a group discussion. I'll say that much. Yeah. So, but she's my sentimental favorite. I don't know. I like her so much. I like her so much. Philippines. But yeah, so as a group, we decided to keep her in the sixth spot, barely making, not making it to the top 5 in the sixth spot. Yeah, I think this could be because her performance in the preliminary performance was a little below the mark. So I am not disappointed in her, but yeah, I'm not happy that we kept her in the sixth spot. But yeah, I just want this leaderboard, this rank. I want her to break this rank and make it through to the top and win Miss Universe. I won't mind Celeste winning the Miss Universe. I'm rooting for her. Yeah, now that's till the sixth. Now we have our top 5. Top 5, ladies and gentlemen, the Miss Universe 2022 top Namar pageant fans leaderboards, making it to the top 5. In the fifth spot is none other than Curacao. Gabriela Dos Santos. She's only 20 years old, and what happened? Her performance in the preliminary. Let's talk about that first. Was the best. It's as expected. We expect her to do well, and she did. To that level of expectation that we have for her. So something unfortunate happened with her that most of us know who have been following her or the Miss Universe pageant. She was tested positive after she landed in New Orleans, and she was quarantined for some time, and she had missed out on many visits, many activities of the pageant, though it's like a 14-15 days pageant activities, and yet she missed out at least 40% of the activities. But yeah, she proved that those were like nothing, and she had come up to the top and made it to the top 5 in our prediction final leaderboard. And I am sure other pageant fans would also say the same about her, and we're really, really happy for you, and for you, Curacao, and we are sure that you're gonna make it, and we won't mind you winning. And also, one thing that we also discussed was like this Miss Universe organization, the new owner is from Thailand, and this time is the first pageant under new leadership. And the Miss Universe organization wanted publicity, that much, that is for sure. Like every other organization, they want something. So might be possibility, because there are lots of good candidates and it will be difficult for them to choose. But one factor that can play is they would look for something that would allow them, that would make them in the news. So maybe they might select a new winner, a country which has never won Miss Universe. That would be one possibility. And if that is what they are thinking, might be Curacao, if she reaches to the top 5, they might just give it to her and make her win the Miss Universe 2022 to Curacao. So if that happens, I'll be really, really happy for her. Okay, now let's move on. We're almost done. We're now in the 4th place. The 4th place is a predicted winner of 80% of the pageant bloggers, but we're keeping her at the 4th spot, and she is this Venezuela, Amanda Dudamel. She's 23 years old, and she is nothing but perfect. Too perfect. This is what I tell to my friends. Like, she is so perfect that she's almost unrelatable. Like, she is like out of the world. Like, maybe because when we look at winners of the past Miss Universe, and then when the brand itself, Miss Universe, is looking for someone relatable and someone who is encompasses lots of qualities, then I feel like she has such lots and lots of qualities, good qualities about her, that she's too perfect and people might find it difficult to relate to her. That's just how I feel. And for that reason, maybe. Otherwise, there's no reason that Venezuela cannot be the winner. She can just take it all. So, but for that reason, I find that the small factor missing about her, like, she's too perfect, and so that might perfect that might be might go against her in winning this pageant. Just that, for just that reason, I think she is in our 4th spot. Now, we have the top 3, and let's start the top 3. In the 3rd spot, in the 2nd runner-up of Miss Universe 2022, Mar Pageant Fans final leaderboard. According to Mar Pageant Fans final leaderboard is India. Okay, so India, Divita Rai is our 2nd runner-up predicted finally on our final leaderboard. Divita Rai, see, the last edition of Miss Universe was won by India, Harna Sandhu. So, like, every pageant, like, when you were the delegate of that country who had just won the previous pageant, the pressure that you will be facing, no one can understand. We can only feel how it would be like, but we don't know how it would exactly be like. So that pressure is already on her, and people have that so much high expectation on India, and that's another factor that must be the reason why most of the people didn't even discuss. Like 90%, 95% of the pageant bloggers will not discuss about India, will never put her in their list before their arrival at the pageant at New Orleans for the competition. But after everyone reached their competition place in New Orleans, now everyone is suddenly discussing about India. I'm just so happy like this happened. Like, even I and other members of our pageant fans also feels the same. We were like, why do they have to appoint Devita? We have that we say that initially when she was initially appointed, but now she's proving us wrong, and she is like, she makes us so happy, so proud to be from this country, you know, like, that now that everyone is discussing about her. So one factor, her performance is already very strong. The only problem with India every time in Miss Universe is only on the gowns, because Indian representatives are always the best speaker. And there's a saying in the pageant world that if India makes it to the Q&A, like, that's the top 5, it's like, okay, India, take it all. It's like, if they keep India in the top 5, that means they want India to win, unless she they do terribly bad, because Indian girls are known for their speaking skills, their communication skills. So I'm just so happy with her performance till now. And Devita, right. So one more thing about India is, like, we had this discussion, like, if the organization wants publicity, and it might be possible that a news like a back-to-back win in Miss Universe history again, something of that sort. If they want that to be in their headlines, they might just put her in the top 5. And if she's in the top 5, I know she's going to kill the Q&A round and make it to the pew up there, the crown, the blue, the force for good crown, the new crown of the Miss Universe on her head, on this head of hers. So I'm just praying that would happen. And yeah, I hope, let's pray that it happens. Your Yamosi, your winner, Justin, thank you. Yes, the Muba makeover was that turning point for Divita. Actually, Justin, you're right. That's when people started talking about her. Divita was this. Now, like, it's all, whatever was there, it's forgotten. And what after Muba makeover, that's when she started getting all the attention. And since then, nobody can stop talking about her. Yes, you're right. So yeah, but we've kept her in the 3rd spot. Now, you can imagine the caliber of these top 2 candidates. Oh my goodness. Now, I'm nervous. In the 2nd, the first runner of the Mara Pattern Fans final leaderboard of Miss Universe 2022 goes to Ashley Carino. I think I pronounced that right. All the way from Puerto Rico. Wow. Stunner. She's so stunning. Like, she is too perfect. So perfect. If you look at her evening gown performance and the preliminary performance, you see why she is in the first runner. Why she is the first runner-up in our leaderboard. Wow, I'm just speechless. I have like so many good things to say, but it's like, oh, you know. Imagine me saying all the good things about her. That's it. Puerto Rico. Like, wow, I can see the crown on her head. That's it. And she speaks good English, and her communication skills are good. She's more relatable than the delegate that I spoke about earlier, who I find it a little unrelatable. Not unrelatable, but a little less relatable to compared to other contestants in the top 10 or 5. Yeah. So like, yes, Puerto Rico can just... So it's really difficult at this stage, because yeah, it's our prediction, and we know their caliber, how they've performed in their national pageants, and also their updates on their personal Instagrams and other pageant bloggers page who are there in New Orleans. So it's basis those that we make our decisions. It will all depend on the personal interview and how they perform in the top 5 and top 3 Q&A. But then this is how we feel the result will be. And now, let's move on to the Miss Universe predicted leaderboard winner for the Mar Pageant fans. Is any guesses? Like, the three people are online, so make guesses. Who do you think would win Miss Universe besides the one? Vietnam did not make it to the top 10 according to our prediction. See, Vietnam is strong, but I don't know, she's been overshadowed by many candidates this time. So I feel like Vietnam can make it. I feel her semifinals placement is also dicey, because Indonesia and Vietnam are these 2 countries are where they have like crazy pageant fans, and they keep on voting, and because we have one vote, we have one candidate that can be sent to the top 16 by public vote, and it's always either Vietnam or Indonesia. Past 2 years, Indonesia was not participating past year, which is why Vietnam made it to the top to the public vote. But this time it's going to be a battle between Vietnam and Indonesia. So we kind of feel like if not Indonesia, Vietnam will make to the semifinals. And I'm a little concerned, a little not sure about her performance in the swimsuit, how it would be. So we have kept her in the 13th spot, if I'm not mistaken, or 13th or 12th spot, and not in the top 10, but she was there in our top 16. Yeah. So yeah, so our winner for the Miss Universe 2022. Let me look at her picture. Yeah. Is USA. That's our winner, our Bonnie Gabrielle. She's 28 years old from Houston, USA. She is half Filipino. and she is like the best candidate a USA have ever sent. The USA, they were always the honor of the Miss Universe. They were honor of the Miss Universe until last year, so they always made it to the top 16. So it's top 16 is like there's a special spot reserved for USA, but this time it would be purely based on merit, and USA is the deserving placement, not because of the sash factor, not because she's from USA, but she's our Bonnie is deserving of the placement. Forget the placement, deserving of the crown. She is so good. Uh, Everything, whatever her public appearances, her social media, everything is like a little bit of this and that in the perfect amount. So she's like, she's like she came she came to the competition to win it, because USA is never considered. No one ever places USA in their top in their leaderboard, to win it. And I don't understand. I fail to understand why. Maybe because they feel like, I don't know. I just don't know why they don't keep her in their as their winner, because look at her. She's like the perfect. And USA last won in 2012, so it's like after 10 years USA is back to win it. Yeah. So yeah, she might just win it, and her performance, her evening gowns, her swimsuit are like much better. USA, we have lots of hope on USA because they're from US. But then every year, I don't know, somehow evening gown and swimsuit is still okay because they're just in their swimsuit. But when it comes to evening gown, US, I don't know, somehow the designers are always meh. We never like their evening gowns. Most of the time we don't like US and the gowns worn by the US delegates. But this time, if I'm not mistaken, I think the designer was from Philippines. I think maybe that is why, like the prelims gowns, I don't know who designed that, but then it was so beautiful, and I can't wait to see what she will be wearing on her finale. And because for sure she's going to have time to display, because the top 10 are only getting the chance to display the evening gown properly, and I know she's gonna get chance there for sure. And yeah, she's a great speaker. Watch her national competition and you'll know why I said that. So like, she's natural, whatever she says is not fabricated, and everything about her is so good, and she is deserving of the Miss Universe 2022 crown. That's it. Miss Shocker. Yes, she shocked us. So there are lots of, one thing why USA should win and will win is because there were lots of discussions after the national pageant. They were saying that the pageant was rigged, and they had already decided her to be the winner of the Miss USA. There are lots of fuss going about the other contestants bashing her and telling her that telling things about her that she's not deserving and she was already decided. But then look at her performance, look at the evening gown, look at her Q&A, and she did perform really well. And yeah, now she has to prove that she has already proven she will finally prove to the universe that she is deserving of the crown. And whatever those their other contestants will say about her won't bother to her, and she is gonna just fly there and win the crown.